Well, my job at the Times is mostly covering television and digital media, so it's the way that TV is changing and moving to the web. I've been doing it for about 4.5 years. So one of the challenges for me is to keep making it interesting for myself and for my readers. When you're on the same beat for years and years and years, you can start to fall into the same old patterns, start to fall for the same old stories, and I am constantly resisting doing that and always hopefully pushing myself to keep it interesting, to keep it fresh, and to come up with different ways to tell a story. Most of my information comes through Twitter. It doesn't come from Twitter, of course, because Twitter is just a place where we can all post information. But I think of Twitter as this giant news feed or news stream for me to live in. And from there I get all the links to all the sites I need to go to, whether it's links to the Hollywood Reporter's website or Variety, or to blogs like Gawker or to Alley Insider, Business Insider. I get links to all those sites for my job and just for my personal reading pleasure by following those individual reporters. I think of it as if I'm assembling a diet of all the people I want to follow online. And so I don't end up really going to sites anymore, I end up going to stories by individual people. In addition to using Twitter for me as a reading tool to find links, I also think of it as an early warning system for breaking news. Most of the news I cover I see happen first on Twitter, unless I'm lucky enough to be the one to break the news. It's going to come to me from Twitter. I also think of Twitter as a listening tool, as a giant ear to the ground to hear what my readers are saying. My readers know a lot more about TV than I do, and they're able to alert me to things by tweeting at me or by commenting online. I was lucky enough to be hired by the Times when I graduated because I had had that blog for 4 years in college, that blog about TV news. What I didn't know in college was that that blog was a giant resume. It was a giant job wanted ad. And so it attracted employers to it. And they, the Times and other places contacted me to interview me when I graduated. Looking back, I wish I had realized that it was a giant job wanted ad, but I'm glad they did. Students shouldn't want to be journalists, students should already be journalists. They should not wait to start. That might be common sense advice, but I think it's important to hear that they should already be doing it. And they should be finding something that no one else is doing. Go where the silence is what Amy Goodman says. She's an independent journalist who runs a show called Democracy Now! And that slogan's really stuck with me, though. Go where the silence is. Because there are far too many people covering certain stories already. When we have 30 people outside a courtroom, or 30 people outside a press conference, we don't need a 31st. What we need are people going where other people are not going. And for my case, as a college student, that meant blogging about television news very narrowly, just covering CNN, Fox, and MSNBC, not trying to cover all of TV, not trying to do what others were already doing, not trying to be duplicative, but trying to be indispensable by doing something differently. And I think for journalists out there who are trying to stand out, that's the way to stand out.